Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. What a weekend. We'll probably recap a little bit of the Green Lantern. There's a little bit more Green Lantern news in terms of new developments. There's also some Army of the Dead and some other DC content as well. So stay tuned for all that. Let's get right into it. The first topic, of course, is Army of the Dead. Army of the Dead was trending today with Zack Snyder's name was trending as well because it's Zack Snyder. Always trends. But it seems like a good day to drop this Army of the Dead alternate poster here. And you can see it right here. So it loads. To get $200 million out there going all in. Sounds familiar. All in! Unite the... Okay, never mind. But yeah, definitely, it looks really awesome. I'm loving it. Very colorful. I mean, at this point, I don't hear anybody saying, it's not colorful enough. Very colorful, but very Suicide Squad-ish. And it's really cool. I still love the trailer. I think the trailer... absolutely is one of the best trailers this year. Army of the Dead trailer. It is really awesome. I find myself listening to Gambler over and over and over again. Yeah. I even feature Army of the Dead in my newest editorial, so hopefully you got to check that out in terms of Netflix being a very awesome partner, collaborator, distributor for Zack Snyder's work, Army of the Dead, and building a franchise for him that I'm wondering, would it be cool if Warner Brothers never restored the Snyderverse? And there could be a reason or a way Zack could tell the whole story in an original perspective, in a different heroes and stuff like that with the same story. That would be cool if Netflix thought about that. So make sure you check out that editorial right up here. All right. Well, speaking of Army of the Dead, there's also this new thing, Straight Out of Your Nightmares. I'm going to try to see if I can play this clip here. Let me bring that up. They're smarter, they're faster, they're organized. And if that plays, if it doesn't play, then we'll go here. Right here, go. Let's put the sound up.
Oh, Shazam.
You don't know what it's like in there. Not anymore. They're not what you think they are.
The Alphas.
They're smarter. They're faster. They're organized. Straight out of your nightmares.
Nice. So that's just a really cool little preview right there from Army of the Dead. I cannot wait. It is this month already. May 21st. Now 19 more days to go till we get to see Army of the Dead. That's awesome, man. It's going to be insane. Like I've always been saying, it's going to be insane. All right, let's get into some DC news and topics today. Apparently, Shazam family is having updated suits in Fear of the Gods. This is coming from Ross Butler, who is one of the Shazam family, and he posted this on Instagram. And let's see if we can get to it. Let's see. He says, this month is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. I am proud to be part of an ever-growing community of Asian American entertainers and storytellers dedicated to preserving what makes us unique, redefining what is assumed of us, and setting a new standard. Thank you all for consistently showing up and watching, reading, listening to AAPI art. We do this for you. Side note, this super suit is from the first movie. Cannot wait to reveal the fresh updated ones we got made for Shazam 2. Stay tuned. I wonder what updates they're going to put. I mean, there's obviously a ton of padding in terms of these suits, including Shazam's own suit, ton of padding. And I don't think they're not going to get away from the padding. I think this still works out. Maybe with the increased budget, they'll put more things on it. I don't know. But, it still works out. I mean, I don't have any problem with the suits at all for Shazam. So I'm really curious, what is the updated suits going to look like? How much is it updated? They put a zipper so they can go pee? What do they mean by updating these suits? So hopefully we'll get to see that soon. I think they start I think they start shooting in about a week or so. So I don't know if we'll see any behind the scenes. We did for the first movie. The first movie, people got lots of pictures from behind the scenes for the first movie. So it may be the case again. All right, so James Gunn, a little bit of James Gunn stuff. James, when someone asks James, will the Peacemaker show have references connected to the bigger DCEU? And James Gunn says yes. And I'm wondering in terms of what? In terms of the prior Suicide Squad movie? What is it, or what is it accounting for? Like, how is there references connected to the bigger DCU? And to be even more curious is to what James Gunn thinks is the bigger DCEU. Does he know what the bigger DCEU is? Like, is he aware of what the plan is for the future of this? Or is he still, like David F. Sandberg, only knowledgeable about what's in DCU from the prior films? And if that's the case, then that's not really, what I wonder what that is, like how vast and how connected that could be. But unless I'm thinking maybe they are telling him. I mean, obviously they're making this guy make everything he wants for this movie, as he's may just be contracted to say. But I really think so. We'll see when the movie comes out. But I'm wondering how much he knows about the bigger DCEU. And they also ask him, do you have any other plans for DC properties after Peacemaker? And he says, maybe, in a Tony Stark way. Maybe. So, and I think that would probably be the case. I think there is a possible reason to believe that they're gonna let him do a lot more. Now, when he first got hired, they threw him Superman, but at that time he probably said no. Is he thinking about a new Superman movie now? I don't know. Is he actually going to do that? Or what other projects he's going to do? I mean, I could only guess, because Margot Robbie said so, that he'll probably work on a Harley Quinn feature with her. Maybe Gotham City Sirens? Is he going to continue with another Suicide Squad? Is he just going to make Peacemaker movies? If Peacemaker is alive by the end of the Suicide Squad? So what would that be, right? What more other projects that James Gunn will be working on for DC after he does his Guardians of the Galaxy 3? So we'll see. Maybe one of those projects really is the Green Lantern film. Yeah, apparently, according to Heroic Hollywood, Green Lantern Corps film still in development with Jon Stewart as lead. This is their exclusive in Brightest Day. Green Lantern Corps is still in works, and Jon Stewart will be the film's lead character after yesterday's news that Finn Wittrock is set to play Guy Gardner in HBO Max's Green Lantern series that is seemingly separate from the big screen DC Films projects. Fans have been in an uproar. Twitter erupted over the fact that Jon Stewart wasn't going to be the main character of the series, and that it would focus on more obscure heroes. Jon Stewart quickly trended on the social platform due to the outrage, but fret not, Green Lantern fans. An insider with knowledge on the project tells Heroic Hollywood that a Green Lantern Corps film is still in development with Jon Stewart as the lead. Hal Jordan will also appear in the film in a mentor capacity. The film was initially being developed and written by Jeff Johns, but it is unclear if he's still attached. Green Lantern almost appeared in Zack Snyder's Justice League cut until Warner Bros. Vetoed his appearance due to Green Lantern Corps focusing on the character. Snyder cast an unknown Broadway actor named Wayne T. Carr in the role for the movie and even shot a scene that didn't make it into his final cut. So, and yeah, I mean, that is something that's been in development for a long time. I think even David Goyer was in running to make that film as well. They were going to call it the Lethal Weapon Green Lantern film, where you have a older Hal Jordan with a younger Jon Stewart, and there was like cops, buddy cop movie in space. That was what the original idea was for that. And whether or not Jeff Johns is going to be involved from now on, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, according to like Grace Randolph, he is no longer like in Hollywood. Like, he's out of Hollywood, and they're slowly, letting him exit, right? But he'll still be credited for the work that he started with. And that's just the way Hollywood works. They'll probably have an executive credit and things like that, but not actively involved. But that could be that where Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan will show up in DCU, which is the reason why Warner Brothers cut this guy out from Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is unfortunate because to me, this is Jon Stewart right there. Will they pick him as Jon Stewart? I don't know. I don't think so. They probably want to have nothing to do with Zack Snyder and Zack Snyder's choices, and that's why they cut that out. But I would say that is a wasted opportunity for Wayne T. Carr to come in as Jon Stewart for the DCU in some sort of fashion, right? And like I said, and if that was the case, like if they were going to make their own Green Lantern movie and they're calling Zack Snyder just a cul-de-sac, it just does not make sense why you didn't just let Zack do it, knowing full well you weren't going to continuing it at all, and just let him go through it and actually put that scene out. It just doesn't make sense why you would stop that. And just made your own Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, right? You got your guy, we got our guy. Come on, let it happen. Release the Green Lantern scene. But it's great to see Wayne T. Carr put this out, and Zack Snyder also put it out. I had a video about talking in depth about what Zack talked about on that on that day, and you can click up there for that video about the Green Lantern scene. But it's great to see that we get to at least see Wayne T. Carr in his infamous or famous pajamas. Famous pajamas that they all wore, that even Ray Porter wore as well. The pajamas before you become a hero or the villain. Ray Porter also shared himself in the pajamas as well. It's cool to see they have having a really good time being in that. And man, I hope one day we get to see, just like how we never got to see, Ray Porter as Darkseid. Now we know who Green Lantern is. Now we know that he's Jon Stewart. I would love to see him in the whole CGI suit for Green Lantern in that alternate scene where Ben Affleck gets to talk to a certain green fellow, whether it be Martian Manhunter or Green Lantern. Hopefully we'll get to see the different version in that day. Let's release the Snyder cut of the Snyder cut, if you will, right? Speaking about Ben Affleck, I just want to throw this out there before we end the show. But Ben Affleck and Jimmy Kimmel were at a recent Vax live concert, and this is actually on May 2nd. And you see him here, all happy. He looks like in good shape, bearded mustache in the suit. And you see Jimmy Kimmel trolling him with a Robin outfit, right? So it's kind of cool to see that he's making fun of him and the light of it, but also in a way, showing support that, yeah, he's Robin and he's next to the Batman, right? Batman right there. And he is Batman. He's Batman. He's going to be the Batman in the Flash movie. And the rumor has it that he'll reappear again as Batman in future films as well. So we'll see if that's true. And that comes to pass. At least in some sort of way, the Snyder's characters will continue being those characters as the characters that Zack Snyder has planned for these actors and actresses moving forward in the Warner Brothers side of things. But still hoping that HBO Max restores the Snyderverse and we'll get Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3. All right, let's get into the members' comments and questions now. Talvivi Suafoa. I'm 100% agree with you on Superman Lois. I hope they adapt that story into the big screen. What do you think, Chris? I'm tired of seeing the same story every time someone makes a Superman movie. I agree. That Superman Lois story is different. I like it because it's the future. It's when he has kids. All that stuff, the origin, everything has already come to pass. So we're in uncharted territories for Superman and Lois, and I love that. I really like that. But I still want to see that middle era where they fight Brainiac, they fight all these Metallo and stuff like that. I would love to see that in a big time live action, a modern big time live action. So if that could happen, that would be awesome as well. But it's great to see a storyline that has not been has not truly been in live action anyway, adapted or even talked about. Superman and Lois in the future. Morning Ping Pong Flix family. As ever, Chris, I'm loving your daily dose of DC dopeness. Just looking on the Warner Bros. Shop here in the UK, and looks like the Zack Snyder's Justice League Funko bundles are back up for pre-order. Oh, cool. Although Superman's not showing. Oh, okay. But the other three are. Also, UK Blu-ray is region-free, cheaper than the US release and out 2 months earlier. Stay safe. Oh, is it? Okay, I didn't know it was region-free. Oh, snap. So, I could pre-order it then. I may just do so. I know they're sold out, but maybe they'll make more. I wonder. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna check that right after this. Guy Gardner is cool, but they're obviously pushing him to the front because Guy, as a character, lends well to humor. Warner Bros. Strikes again. Oh, I see what you mean. Like he's the humorous one. Yeah, you could be right, but there's the other three characters as well. There's Simon Baz, Justin Cruz, and stuff. So, but they first start off with Guy Gardner, obviously. Well, Alan Scott is going to be in the beginning, right? So, Superman and Lois is such a surprise indeed. It's the real deal. A tad forceful on the teen drama, but yeah, couldn't take Hecklin seriously the few times I saw him on Supergirl, and he's actually solid in SNL. Sorry, Superman and Lois. Also, Lee Toland Krieger, who directed the first 2 episodes, also directed the pilots for Deadly Class, Shadow and Bone, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Riverdale, etc., etc. He's kind of the go-to guy for high-end, really cinematic TV. It's hard to believe it's CW. Green Lantern, though, will undoubtedly have a much larger budget. Yeah, and I think it will as well. I think because it's on HBO Max, and they did say it was like, what, 100 million for that season, so it's about, what, 10 million an episode or something like that. That was the initial reports, but I don't know what it is now, and I'm expecting as the actual announcements come, we'll know more. But yeah, the Superman Lois, it looks awesome. The guy, it's really cinematic, and the story it tells is interesting and holds you, and it's not as cringe as the CW stuff they're on right now. $50 for Zack Snyder's Justice League in the US likely isn't the final price, isn't it? Oh, that's kind of tight. I mean, that's kind of high, unless they're going to bring out some more stuff in there. I'm wondering, but that's pretty. I would still buy it though. But if I can get the UK one, I'm in the UK, and this is the physical release date for us. Yeah, the 24th. Your thumbnail for this video looks like Christian Bale in American Psycho. Yeah. But this is more of like, I don't think so. Jon Stewart and Hal are supposed to be for the movie. Witch Rock's tale takes place in the 80s, but still, why would Guy Gardner be first after Alan Scott? I don't know. I just talked myself out of being excited. Yeah, you probably did. So I don't know. So I'm thinking maybe their planned movie Jon Stewart, Hal Jordan will connect in a way to the Green Lantern HBO Max series. I would say HBO Max Green Lantern series would be the spin-off to the Green Lantern movie, Green Lantern Corps movie, just like how the Gotham PD series is a spin-off to the Batman, Peacemaker is a spin-off from the Suicide Squad. So I'm going to guess that's why there's no Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern series, because they'll be introduced in the movie. Justice, they better have this fellow playing Guy Gardner dye his hair and get a bowl cut. And it'd be great to have him smugly introduce himself as the one true Green Lantern, like the initial post-crisis comics. For what it's worth, cul-de-sacs can sometimes be pretty long and have little spin-off circles. Yeah, I mean, there's little branches sometimes, but cul-de-sac, it's a big cul-de-sac. There's 2 more movies. So cool that Mr. Snyder released this. It pisses me off. Pardon my expressive French. Warner Bros. Showing they have no idea what they're doing. And that, of course, is so obvious. No offense to Martian Manhunter. That's true. I still, it still works. Martian Manhunter coming in because you do see him earlier in the movie. It's not as surprising as seeing like, whoa, there's Green Lantern. But hey, I think they could both work. Check your DMs. I think you'll get a laugh. Snyder Cutception. Okay, I think you mean Instagram. I'll try to check that out. Restore the Snyderverse, one shot pro. Maybe if all of us Snyder fans cancel HBO Max on the same day and then we all resubscribe a week later on the same day, maybe HBO Max would get a clear number of how many people actually subscribe because of Zack Snyder's Justice League. This would take an enormous amount of commitment and effort. In the words of the late Steppenwolf, unite, synchronize, restore the Snyderverse. Yeah, and it's going to be pretty hard. I mean, just uniting and seeing, it will be hard to even know if we made a substantial impact. Especially when the internationals don't even have HBO Max yet. So it's like, I wonder how big that is, right? Hey Chris, what Lantern Corps would you join if you had the choice? I would see you as a Blue Lantern since you fed our hope for the Snyder Cut. Yeah, why not? I'll take the Blue Lantern, sure. Sure, because I definitely have fear, so I can't be green. So, and I don't really rage, so I don't need a red one. Restore the Green Lantern scene. Release the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut remasters Zack Snyder's Justice League to fix Wonder Woman sword mistakes. The Rabid Holy Grail Cut and the true freedom of creation by Zack the Legend. Snyder Justice League enter the Snyderverse. Also, Warner Brothers are crazy to not want more of Zack's work. They have a multiverse and should use it. Yeah, I mean they are literally saying multiverse is a marketing ploy, and they're using it as an excuse more than actually doing it. They may not want him, but they sure as hell need him. The only question is how long until they get that. Yeah. How long until they need Zack back? Okay, I'm going to say it. Kind of appropriate how Zack's using a green screen. More epic, Chris. Rush Hour trilogy or Lethal Weapon? Myself, I love Rush Hour more. I like Rush Hour 1 and 2, but I don't care for 3 too much. Don't hate me. But Lethal Weapon, I find myself liking a lot more of the Lethal Weapons. But to each their own. Better Sylvester Stallone franchise, Rocky or Rambo? I'd say Rocky. Hey Chris, just the other day I made 2 long comments. I get you the other member questions to read, so I just put the other part of the first comment in this one after I said the Bruce seeing an 8-year-old Dinah train. I also went on to elaborate on her meeting Oliver and how he's more like savage animal instinct than human due to being on the island, and his budding relationship with her could ground him and make him more human again. Also, always remember, Chris, things are darkest just before dawn, and us forging ahead will yield positivity, just like when Zack Snyder's Justice League was announced. It's not over till it's over. I'll try to not have as long of posts next time, my man. Keep up the good work. Catch Army of the Dead May 14th, theaters, and May 21st, Netflix, Army of the Dead, Zack Snyder Restored Fire. You know what? I forgot about the May 14th. Yeah, that's right. Army of the Dead's in May 14th in theaters if you have them. The funny thing is, Netflix was the place for a certain collection of Marvel films loosely connected with the MCU, Daredevil, Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, etc. That's true. Wait, Ann Sarnoff, CEO of Warner Media? I was under the impression she was CEO of Warner Brothers and someone else was head of Warner Media. Isn't Kyler the CEO there? Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I just took it based off on what was noted under her name when you look her up. So where does Warner Brothers find these people to be in charge? They have no clue how to run a company that is as big as DC. I bet you if Disney was in charge of DC, we would have already have this movie out or have planned already to have this movie coming out. Those people in Warner Bros. Have no clue what the hell they are. Yeah, just got to change some leadership, huh? This should absolutely happen and would work with Affleck, Cavill, and all the OG cast. I know, just imagine them all coming back and they all have like different superhero names with different superhero costumes. It would be interesting. I don't know. I just want to see the Vision in some way or fashion. And like, so we could squint and like, yeah, that's Superman. Isn't the copyright on Superman up in 2033 and then he can enter the public domain? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know about that one, but that's very far away though. Maybe we should start a campaign for Zack Snyder to direct Invincible. It's a match made in heaven. I know, if he wants to. If he wants to. Chris, I will not and cannot support Warner Bros. Studios' den of arrogant and pompous fools. Excuse me. I'm very seriously considering not seeing a Warner Bros. Flash movie. The only Warner Bros. Movie I only may go see is Black Adam, possibly. Yeah, well, if you don't, I'll tell you how it is. I'll give you my review. But yeah, I'm still more excited for Black Adam more than anything. That's just right now, that's for me. Like Black Adam, I've been looking forward to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson ever since he got cast. You know, I mean, like, come on, man. I want to see what you mean by change the hierarchy of power. Like, let's see, let's show it. You know, when someone challenges, you know, does that challenge speech, and you're like, for so long, you're like, I'm kind of ready to see it now. So let's see that Black Adam movie, right? Hopefully we have more updates for that Black Adam. We haven't had one in a while. I know they're in the process of shooting, so hopefully we'll see more of that maybe this coming week. All right. Well, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you absolutely love this daily dose of entertainment news and content, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, keep this hot dog line on right here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.